So on a lot of these how-to videos, I always see them talk about everything else except for your suspension settings. So when you're getting into the more of like the free ride kind of stuff, park riding, you don't want a lot of rebound. Every kind of discipline in mountain biking has a different setting for your suspension. So it's always you're always switching your settings no matter what style of riding you're wanting to do. And when you get into like the more the gnarlier kind of riding, like the free ride kind of stuff, you want to like have no rebound on your rear suspension. So I run about 1 or 2 clicks on the rebound. If I'm racing like downhill or something, I'll go maybe a little bit more. But for doing big drops, free riding, just all around, you know, park kind of riding, dirt jumping, I turned my rebound almost all the way off on the rear shock. And on my front suspension, I go maybe a few clicks up just to have that extra pop. Your suspension is still gonna work, but I found it safer when I run maybe a couple clicks on the top. That way it gives me that extra bit of a pop and my suspension isn't taking forever to come back up. If that makes sense. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense, because if I miss any little detail, the internet will just crucify you for these how-to videos. That's why I try not to make these, but there is a lot of people that are always asking me, hey, how do I jump? How do I do these drops? So I'm making these for those guys. All the other internet people that have their PhD in the free riding and everything, you guys can just go click to another video. Cool. And if you have not subscribed, if you can hit that subscribe button, that'd be pretty sick. That'd be awesome. So cool. So when you're doing drops, really all you're doing is a mani. You're just manualing off your obstacle of choice. And I've seen skills with Phil explain it pretty well. He used a little drop off, but one thing that I haven't seen them do or show you guys, which it kind of teaches you something that all these other well manicured drops don't teach you, is getting ready for that kick. A lot of times you mess up, you don't do your manual long enough, and your back wheel gets hung up. Learning with this piece of wood here actually teaches you to get ready for that. And especially when you're gonna ride out here at the canyon, or you know, Sedona or anywhere else where they have like a lot of crazy natural terrain drops, your wheel's always gonna get hung up on something, and you got to be ready for that. You got to be ready to you know pull extra hard, you know, and time it perfectly. And learning with a piece of wood teaches you that, because you feel that little pop at the back to keep that front end, you know, level and keep it from dipping down, because once it dips down, it is super hard to get it back up, and 90% of the time you just end up eating dirt. You just end up splattering your brains all over the trail. But anyways, I'm gonna give you guys a quick little demonstration. Little demonstration. Really all you want to do is give a little pop, do a little wheelie, and try and keep that front end up till your rear wheel gets past the piece of wood. So I'll show you guys real quick. If you guys want to learn how to do manuals properly, just hit the like button, let me know, and then I'll go ahead and make another video like that. Keeping your body weight position far back, keeping that manual up, and then just letting it drop, and you will be good to go. So you got your little drop, medium drop, and then you got your big boy drop. Huge shout out to Josh, Pablo, and everybody else that was involved in building that. So cool, because now you guys can come out and learn how to do drops not totally destroy yourself. You. But remember, guys, suspension, and dude, if you're trying to learn this kind, these kind of things, don't be clipped in. Like, dude, clipping in is good when you're racing cross country and you just want to be efficient at pedaling. If you want to get more into the gnarlier kind of riding, get flats. Just get flat pedals. Clips will teach you bad habits. Riding clipped in will teach you bad habits, and it is not good, because when you need to learn to pull with your arms and your upper body, you're not gonna know how to do that because you're so used to picking your bike up with your feet, and it can get you into a whole mess of trouble. But anyways, don't be clipped in when you're learning this kind of stuff, because probably asking like, how far do you know when to pull back? Really, you're gonna want to start your manual. You want to start pulling about maybe a foot before the drop, so keep that in mind. So lean back, little pop, boom, back, little pop. The slower you go, the more skill you'll need to, the more skill it will require for you to keep that manual up. So slower you go, the more you're gonna have to balance it and keep your front end up till you hit your drop. The faster you go, the bigger the drop. Dude, you hardly have to pull. It's crazy. So really the biggest factor here is just your mind, just getting over that fear. Out of everything, that's like the hardest thing to do. But we're gonna hit the big drop, and I'm gonna show you what's up. You. Oh, this is scary. Whoa. Yeet. All right, sick. See, not too much speed. We'll pop. Boom. Phew. So, whew, I'm out of breath. So, hopefully hopefully this video kind of gives you a little insight on what's up. And if this video gets over 100 likes, I'll send the big drop on a BMX bike. So, yeah.